two pathways with me. You find my stuff, you do the work, or attempt to do the work, and you find yourself. And you become a very, very disciplined, precision-oriented trader. That part takes time. Or you're going to come in and say, this is too hard. Let's shit on ICT. Let's blame him. Let's talk about his bullshit. Let's focus on that and not the fact that you suck. You couldn't do the work. You tapped out. You're going to see a whole lot of that after November. YouTube channel's going to creep in and pop up all the time. All right, man. ICT's out of here now. Let's talk shit. Let's get ad revenue on talking shit about ICT. And guess what? You're the little bitches that couldn't do it. That's who you are. It's not that stuff doesn't work. And I never promised it was going to be easy. It would be easier with me sharing my experience, saying, this is where the market's going to go next. And focus on what it is I taught. With that, that's the easiest I can do. Except for make the trades for you. That's not going to happen. There was some drama this week outside of me. Can you imagine that? I mean, I thought I was the problem child. Ain't no drama unless you're talking about ICT, right? Prop shops, prop firms, funded account companies. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of them. They're never going to get me to go into their company. They're never going to get me to do any kind of affiliate. And I don't really personally care if they're successful or if they fail. I'm completely outside of it. So that means I'm objective. I'm curious. I'm curious to know what it's going to be like in 2024, 2025, 2026 for any of these companies that survive. When some of you that are listening to this today, you're going to find yourself. And you're going to use the information that I've taught and will be teaching. And you're going to become a fucking wrecking machine. And some of you just want to see how much you can beat the shit out of brokerages and funded account companies. Will they start banning my students because they're beating the fuck out of them? I'm curious to know that. I'm curious to know. It's one of the things I'm sitting back and watching and see what impact. Because I know I have students that come in and they champion the banner of ICT and say, hey, I'm an ICT student, I'm a this, I'm a that. And they may not do well because of the mental hurdles that trading with real monetary loss brings with it. That's why it's real important that you don't rush into this, because you can get lost in transition. It's a whole lot of learning that goes on between your last demo trade and the discovery that you are consistently profitable with real money. See, you think it's just a couple trades between that. It's a month at most. Can't be more than that because shit, trading's easy. But if it's so easy, why are we so hard pressed to see the people producing results outside of our community? Now, I know some of you out there, oh, but so-and-so, I understand. I'm not saying we're not the only profitable community. More public students have shown they need. I have a privacy agreement with the students. Unless they make themselves publicly known, I can't say, hey, this person has made this and this person's my student. I don't do that. But just about everybody you worship on social media, they've gone through my shit. I'll just say it like that. And that's not me bragging. I'm just saying that this industry is now a test tube. I want to see what happens. I want to see what giants come up in it, because they've been among us. They're quiet right now. I have a few right now that are absolutely fucking bonkers. They are literally freaks. So fucking good. So fucking good. And one wants to step out there next year. What happens when several hundred, couple thousand said, you know what? I'm going to go into these prop fund accounts and do this and do that. Are they going to accuse them of doing something? Are they going to say, you're making too much money, you're a danger to our business model? It's not fun being tapped on the shoulder and says, you can't do this. You can't play here. I got a chip on my shoulder because of it. So if I get denied, I'm going to bring an army. And it's out of the bag now. You can't stop it. You can't stop what's already been set in motion. There is a wave of giants and titans that are going to be using what you have learned here. And they're going to be major pillars in this industry. And I'm hoping that even with the fucking craziness of my bipolar rants and shit, and the frailty as a human that I have to deal with every time I talk to you, that the intended target for me was reached, and I make a better version of me in you. That's what I want. I want it with my children, and I want it with you, my extended family. I want you to do better than me. And many of you have so many more advantages than I do. And I want that. I want to see that happen. And I want to be quietly in the comfort of my own privacy and solitude again, observing you again, not interacting as much, and then watching you all slowly grow to your perfect success story. And some of you climbing to heights that nobody's seen before. I can't wait to watch you do that. And you don't have to be cheerleading my name all the time. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Ict. You don't stop. Enjoy your fucking moment. You worked for it. You earned it. The conversation is not about me anymore. I've done, and what I'm about to do is all for you to share with me, and not say, hey, look at ICT. Look, hey, don't forget about ICT. I want to be forgotten. Okay. I want to reduce. I don't want to have all this shit placed on me. I want to sit back and watch the ripples. I threw the stone in a still pond, and I want to see those circles go out and become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And some of you are wanting to deny me that. Guilting me. Don't leave. I want to. Please don't ask me to stay when I want to leave. I want to. No one's forcing me out of here. I want to be done with it. I want to be a spectator and a private speculator. I don't want everybody having a day-by-day access to me saying, hey, look, what did you do today? What did you think about this? And this is a breaker. Watch the videos. There's people that are climbing up in our community that are very, very versed in what it is I've taught. And they're open. They'll tell you, here's what I've done. Here's what I do. Don't. This is what I lost money on. This is what I made money on. These are the things I learned from. These are the painful lessons. And this is the best achievements I've ever received doing this or that. That's who you want to listen to. You don't listen to fucking people drawing the boxes on a chart. Yeah, I took a trade, and this is what my trade looked like. Motherfucker, show us your fucking trade. Record it from the beginning. You're making videos. You're recording your screen after the fucking fact. So why don't you have the fucking recorder running when you're doing the fucking trade? Look at my students. Look at them. They want to do it. They want to shove it up your fucking ass. They want you to come at them and say, I don't believe you took that trade. You can't say that about my students. There's no MT4 fucking horse shit about my fucking students. We're out there stomping mud holes in this shit and walking it fucking dry. And it's pissing people off because they can't keep up. Like I promised. Where's all the fucking success stories with GAN? Where's all the success stories with harmonic fucking animal patterns? Balloon fucking animals. Hot air bullshit. And you watch these other YouTubers that don't even know anything about us, what we do. And they're on there and they're trying sincerely hard to make the stuff that they're trying to place their faith in on a live stream, trying to trade it, and completely oblivious. It's cringy as shit. Listen to somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, right? And you're torn. Either you're an egomaniac and you want to be an asshole and say, dude, like, you need to do this, don't do that. Or you sit back quietly and just watch them from afar wreck themselves. I did that for a long time until I stepped out on baby pips. I got tired of seeing people talking out their ass, had no clue what they're doing, and instructing other people about things that they had no idea what it is they're doing. Why price does this and why price does that. Well, nobody can really know what the market is. It's random. You just got to take the statistics and just work with that. Fuck that shit. No way. If I was just trading on statistics and there was no real logic behind what it is I'm trying to do, numbers can be tortured, folks. They'll submit to anything. If you beat them up hard enough, long enough, they will say whatever the fuck you want them to say. But you can't hide inefficiencies in price. They can't hide that. That will always be visible to you. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I just said? As long as you can plot the open, high, low, and close, you will always see inefficiencies. And every joker that comes into this industry and thinks they're going to own the fucking world in 6 weeks because they went through an IML fucking boot camp, learning watered down ICT concepts from fucking clowns that don't know how to fucking trade. They're going to place their stop above a swing high. They're going to place their stop below a swing low. And they ain't going to know shit about what the narrative is and which side is going to go for next. And that's why they teach from the left side of the chart. But you are learning, you are discovering that it's better to place all the emphasis and time of your learning when working on that skill set on that hard right edge, where everybody is scared to step into that. It's scary to walk out in that void of nothingness, that vast span of emptiness, uncertainty. And you get equipped with what it is I'm teaching you: time and price, algorithmic principles, liquidity and inefficiencies. Understanding that and where is the most likely draw on liquidity. Folks, that's all this is. But so many of you try to bring in extra stuff. Yeah, but I really like volume profile. It really helps me when I use the VWAP. Fuck that shit. It's all bullshit. That is a fucking gimmick. It's no different between a fucking 200-day moving average, a stochastics, CCI, a MACD, histogram, whatever the fuck you want to apply to a chart. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Do you understand? Animal fucking patterns. Supply and demand zones. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I believe everything that came out in the book and whatever I could get my hands on when I was 20, I bought it all. Hook, line, and sinker, man. I was believing all that bullshit. But it's frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating when you sit down and you explain to people exactly what's going to happen, why it's going to happen, that you fucking authored it. Your fingerprints are all over it, and they can't recognize it every day, and it won't stop. They fucking resist it. makes no sense. I don't understand. I don't understand the level of denial that some people have. And I want to commend you because you worked through that. Some of you did. Others said, you know what? I can see this. This is easy. I can recognize this is some shit here. I want to learn this. And excluding that group, some of you came into this thinking, ICT's a scammer. He can't trade, and he won't be able to show you anything before it happens. Won't call it. Won't trade it. Won't use a live account. Won't do anything. We did a bucket list. We did a bucket list. All the fucking boxes are checked off. And they're still going to talk shit, but they're going to wait until I leave in November, though. You're going to see this big mountain of ICT deniers, like a wave come in. And I'll be quietly laughing my ass off. It's really important that you don't do things that distract yourself from what it is you're trying to do, what you're trying to learn. Don't give time to the devil. Steal, kill, and destroy. That's what he does. That's exactly what he does. And he was really good at it from my 20s. I was a mess in my 20s. Psychologically, emotionally, financially, it was a roller coaster. And I wish I had someone like this right here talking to me just like this. I wouldn't have been offended. Oh, you're using language. I wish I wouldn't have had this playing when my kids are around. Don't fucking play my fucking live streams. Don't ever fucking play my Twitter spaces ever in earshot of your children. I'm unfiltered here. I'm not proud of how I deliver all the time. But I am live. I don't have a way of editing it out. But I would love to have someone like me put my fucking ass in my proper mindset, put their fucking foot in my ass and say, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Stop fucking doing that. Because I kept doing that shit thinking it was going to give me a different result. I wasn't doing it hard enough. I wasn't studying hard enough. I didn't do enough trades with it yet. Bullshit. It's flawed from the beginning. Some of you will work through this and you'll think back and think, wow, this took a whole lot more time than I expected. But I'm fucking glad I did it. I'm so glad that I did it. And as hard as it feels, and as long as it feels for you to get there right now, if you're on that side of the curve and you haven't found yourself yet, you haven't found your model, you haven't found your consistency yet, you're ripe for someone to swoop in and scare the shit out of you so you don't do any more work towards it. Either talk you out of trading entirely or entice you to look at some horse shit you got to pay for. What's more insulting? Quitting something you started working for but didn't do everything until you got to it, or falling victim to some asshole that's going to come in and distract you, sell you something that you have to pay for now, and then lose money doing that. That's insult to injury. I have the receipts, folks. I have the profitable students. It's not just one company they are showing themselves in, multiple. The stuff works. I don't need to do those things. You don't need to see any more of it to know that it's real.